and exploring like all the buildings, especially if I had access to the inside. I dislike that noise so greatly. Yeah, I could have spent a long time there. Self-control. I can't talk. I dislike that impulse so much. I'm speechless. Hold on, let me compose myself. Hey everybody, as you may or may not be aware, my name is Isaiah and I've been walking across the country for just over 10 months. Hey everybody, I'm actually in Phillipsburg, but here's another episode. Yes, I recognize that the last 2 episodes have been me starting with a clip of me being angry at people with really loud engines. I don't not like them. There's a time and a place maybe, I don't know. But mostly I use them because they made me laugh. Anyway, here's another episode. I hope you enjoy, and I'm going to try and make another intro very soon. So if you're like, you could use another one, I hear you. I'm going to try and get that out there. Enjoy, and watch to the end, because you know how it is. Goodbye. Day 418. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you to my hosts. And I think I'm getting another massage. Oh yeah, I'm 29 now. Started walking, I was 27. And I'm still walking. It's pretty crazy. All right. Well, I just got out of another massage and it feels really, really good. My legs, I don't know. I don't know if that's like cliche to say, but I feel really refreshed. I feel strong. I feel strong. All right. I don't actually know what I'm going to do in Quakertown. I've heard a lot of people mention something called a Q-Mart. I think it's kind of the other direction, so I don't know. We'll see. And I think I've mentioned this before, but Maine gets cold and snowy, so I'm just mildly concerned. Like, I think I'd figure it out, but it does make things more challenging to deal with a lot of weather. And I would like to see Maine and sort of the upper Northeast in the full swing of fall. So it's a little bit of a balancing act to just enjoy where you are, but also make progress. So I don't know, I might push out of town soonish. We'll see. Don't mind me, I'm just standing in the shade of this utility pole. That kind of day. Hot. I was walking on 309 back there. When I left Quakertown, I was like, maybe a big road would be nice. I haven't done that in a while. There are nice elements to it. There's a big shoulder. But after like 10 minutes, I was like, no. More farms, please. More pretty things. Less Targets and Best Buys and Chick-fil-A's. They're not bad. They're just not much to look at. They're there to be used, not to be admired for their beauty. And I'm out here for the beauty, even if the road shoulder sucks. old infrastructure like this can be kind of harrowing, because I have good shoulder right now and then it just disappears. And luckily this road's not very highly trafficked, so it's fine, I can time it. But this bridge, this overpass, was built in 1915, and things like this have been some of my scariest experiences, not only of this walk, but in my entire life. Specifically, one tunnel in Oregon that I felt like was designed to kill me. But it didn't. It failed. They tried their best, but not today, or whatever that was. Welcome to Richland Town. I haven't uploaded a video in a couple days, so I'm gonna sit down and get one out. I'm gonna try to, at least. Pretty good stuff. I think that's Alicia. Thanks for coming by, Alicia. Oh, it's got a stickiness in the air, though. I don't know if you can see all that water. It's kind of a misty look. That's water. And most of it is landing on me. No, it's not. I'm just tired. Mostly because I've been trying to upload a video to YouTube for the last like 3 hours, and it's just making my phone hot, which makes my hands sweaty when I hold it, and I can't upload anything else. And if people call me, it stops making progress on the upload, and all kinds of just little death by 1,000 cut annoying things. So I'm working on some good old perspective exercises, and it's helping a little. Some top-notch sleeping conditions. Very good. Alrighty. We rolling. Thank you again to Brian and Mary. Some of the nicest people. What's crazy is I pass all these houses, and rarely do I get to hear the story of, whoa, that's pretty. I'll show you in a second. Rarely do I get to hear the story of what's going on inside of them, but they all have one. Just blows my mind sometimes. All right, I'm going to show you this view. Pretty good. Pretty good. Mary found me yesterday, and I actually had to backtrack. Not very far, but like, I don't know, quarter, half a mile to get here. And I'm glad I did. Got to sleep in. It was really pretty. They're super nice, and they're just really, really, really good people. Some people are just so solid people. And they were like that. In terms of their, like, goodness. Not in terms of, like, their build. Although, I don't know, maybe Brian did football when he was younger. Who knows? At least it's downhill. I have earned it though. I've been going uphill for a long time, and it's warm out today. That's a killer hill. Sometimes they just refer to them as hillers. Hills that are killer. They don't do that. I do it. It's my term. I'm gonna coin it. I'm gonna trademark it. I'm not going to. You can use it if you want. That's a lot of downhill. Holy smokes. Good. It's easier than going uphill. It really is. And the sun went behind a cloud, which was always just the greatest thing. Unless it's cold, then it's not so good. Everything's relative. This is a steep hill. Jeez. I don't know if this is Leafsville. I mean, that's what the fire station says, but it's not labeled on the map. The only thing I saw was Hellertown, which is apparently in 2 miles. Man, that hill was so pretty. Oh, jeez. I think I'm gonna be able to see a bit more of that as the next couple weeks unfold. Car. I'm pretty excited about it. Hi. I'm in Hellertown, and it's really pretty actually, but they have these houses lining the streets. That's not unusual. But the gutters from the houses, I've never seen this in all the many towns I've walked through. The gutters come out subterraneously, right there. And then in the sidewalk itself, they have like the gutter to the street. And there's hundreds of them. So if you're walking down the sidewalk, and you have a multi-100-pound cart, it's a fairly miserable experience. Because your cart just goes, and just everything's falling off. And not a fan. It's cool, and it's unique. I've never seen it before. And I could be okay if I never saw it again, at least while I'm walking over it with a cart. I imagine the experience would be similar with anybody who's pushing a baby in a stroller or a wheelbarrow. Not a baby specifically, but is using a wheelbarrow. Be similarly unfun. According to Danielle, who was the one who both invited me to this place, and her family owns it, it is no longer a hotel. It was back in the day, but now all the rooms that were formerly hotel rooms are just empty. She said they're in the process of converting them to apartments, or they're about to start that process in the upcoming weeks or so. It's crazy. So all those like second and third floor space, I think, is just empty. And she said there was something like 26 rooms up there, which seems like a lot. But she said they're just real small, and back in the day, you just get a little room instead of a whole suite. Fascinating. I kind of wish I kind of got up there, but I don't think it's really accessible at the moment. Anyway, if you ever need good pizza in Hellertown, hit this place up. It's got it going on. I was just glancing at Google. Well, I saw this massive structure. I think it's a former railroad grade. I mean, look at the size of it, though. It's just gargantuan. Anyway, so I was like, what is that? So I looked on Google Maps. Oh, that's pretty. Hold on. Anyway, distracted. So I looked on Google Maps, and it said something about it being a greenway, and Google Maps clearly indicated that there's a trail up there. Now, it's high up there. I think I can get up there up here. And I just want to see what it's like up there. So that's what you can do when you don't have a destination you have to get to. Whoa, this place is pretty. Anyway, so we're about to go see if we can't get up on that old railroad grade. Did you see the size of those arches? I don't even mind that they're not golden and that they don't sell French fries. Found it. I found it and I like it already. Looks like a bald eagle spot, or some sort of eagle, I guess. I haven't actually seen it. I would have loved to have climbed that if it had been fenced off and probably illegal. Still pretty to look at, though. As is this. Wow. This is, I think it's part of old Bethlehem Steel, which was a huge steel manufacturer here in Pennsylvania before it shut down. But this building is like unlike anything I've ever seen. It's just gargantuan. My word. The only time I can remember being as incapable of taking in the scale of a man-made structure like this is the paper mill, the Blue Heron paper mill in Oregon City, Oregon, which was similar and it's just mind-boggling scale. But this is, because this is just one building right here that I'm looking at, I can't get over it. The ability to see inside, like that open bay there. I would pay a substantial amount of money to be able to explore the inside of this building. I'm talking, if I had totally free reign, I'd probably pay $10,000 to just do whatever I wanted in there. Non-damaging, just climb around, be really careful, explore all the little nooks and crannies, see if I could get up in the upper levels. If I had permission to do anything, yeah, $10,000 would be, I think I'd go for it. Oh, it's such cool. I want to really bad. This is up there for one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So they still have like all these stacks, these huge smokestacks and industrial equipment. It's the best term I can think of them for whatever reason in my head right now, is the stacks. And they basically just turned it into a backdrop for modern stuff going on right here. And then that's just like the scenery. Like, so you're at that building that's in front of me now, and this is just sort of like what you look at. It's like a mountain or a hill or a, so it's just part of the backdrop. It's so pretty. So pretty I can barely take it. I was going to say that this whole site, Bethlehem Steel, had the possibility of being my favorite place I've seen so far. But now I'm just going to go ahead and give it to it. This is my favorite place I've seen so far. For me. I understand what recency bias is, and the fact that I'm here, makes it stronger. But not only is it the fact that it's so gargantuan, in that it's all still here, but they've also made it so accessible. They've built this this pathway in and out of some parts of it, but you can see most of it. That is just the greatest service. I really, really like it. Oh, it's so pretty. It doesn't hurt that the sun's going down and it's just perfect temperature and all that kind of stuff, but just all the buildings everywhere. It just goes on and on and on. Like, see all those ones over there? And the massive, massive one I was looking at earlier, and then that massive building full of all, I don't know what turbines those were, and that is something else. I could have probably spent a couple days at the stacks. Maybe not a couple days, but a day in exploring like all the buildings, especially if I had access to the inside. I dislike that noise so greatly. Yeah, I could have spent a long time there. Self-control. I can't talk. I dislike that impulse so much. I'm speechless. Hold on, let me compose myself. Okay. Yeah, I could have spent a long time there, but it's almost dark. And I'm in like a pretty built up area. Not crazy, but anyway, it's also Sunday night, and that's when hotels are cheapest. So I think I'm just gonna snag one. Then I can do some stuff in my room and like upload a video. Probably have Wi-Fi and stuff, which would be nice. That's the plan. Someone actually offered me a spot, but they're about 3 miles over there, which, given the amount of light I have, is not quite close enough. And their offer was to pitch a tent in their yard, which is super, super generous, and I really appreciate it, but I haven't showered in a while. So that's probably not a bad thing to do either. Thanks! Subscribe. See you hopefully tomorrow. Another episode.